my name is Kia Rivera. I use pronouns she, her, and I'm one of the DEI facilitators with She Geeks Out. And for this month's Ask SGO, we have the question, why is saying preferred pronouns not acceptable? So when we are asking folks maybe to introduce themselves and we say something along the lines of, please use your name, pronouns, folks a few years ago used preferred pronouns as a way of introduction. And LGBTQ plus activists, specifically trans and non-binary folks, called folks in and said, hey, that's not an acceptable term to use because my pronouns are not preferred. It's tied to how I want to be spoken about, sometimes tied to my identity, and it's not a preference. It's how I want to be spoken to or about, and it's the pronouns I wish for folks to use in a space for me and not just make assumptions about me. So throughout time and discourse, we have moved away from using preferred pronouns when saying and asking folks for their pronouns. We have been really mindful about just using the term pronouns. And I think it's really important for folks to recognize that language changes. And as folks say things are not inclusive anymore or have never been inclusive and to move away from language, it's important for us to take time to reflect on that and honor that ask. You might still see things like preferred name on medical forms or maybe even legal forms. A lot of folks will use the term non-legal name, but within the medical and legal space, preferred name is sometimes used instead of non-legal name. And that's just for folks who might have nicknames and also folks who might use non-legal names within their workplaces or when they go to the doctor or for legal documents. So just an important thing to sort of recap for us. Using preferred pronouns as a term is no longer acceptable because pronouns are not a preference for folks. It's tied to how they want to be spoken to and about. And it's also sometimes tied to their identities when it comes to their gender identity and or gender expression. So just wanting to answer that, I think it's a great question and it brings on the nuances of how language evolves and change and how we're called in when language is not as inclusive as we think it is. Thank you.